Okay, so now we continue from the previous one. So now we go to the offering class. So in offering class, uh, we'll have the same our import statements, and we have our constructor. Here I made the ID integer count, static counter for to keep track of all the offerings. And here we are having the course ID and student ID and semester and the grade. And again the create array, reading the file, almost same as you saw in the other example. And here is the testing code. Again, as you can see, it is incomplete. You have to complete the remaining code. But I can show you that this is what's happening in the offering. So let's say Java C offering Java, and then offering. If I just run it, it gives me the default array of offerings. And if I give my file name, you can see there are few entries here, only 8 entries, and in the CSV I got more 14 entries. Okay, so it is working, and you guys have to complete the code. Now let's come to the main challenge, which is the question, which is the second part, how to write those queries. Here it is. So in my main program, I again made three, like for convenience for command line. Person can give the three files, and if there is no argument, so those default files are used, or you can use three different files if you want. And when you call the main constructor, in the main constructor, we just these are three instance variables. We just initialize those create array methods we made earlier. We made those arrays, corresponding arrays. Now let's see the queries. For each query, I made a separate question, separate function, and we can pass as a parameter. So the first query was list the names and grades of all students taking a given course. For example, CSER 120. And I tried it with multiple examples as well. I can show you the output first. So if I run my code, for query 1, here it is. So these are the students taking 110, students taking 120, psychology 180, and math 120. Again, I did not do any pretty formatting as I did for the courses. I highly recommend you guys try to improve it if you can. Okay, so we come over here. Let's see the code, what's happening in Q1. So in Q1, we have to list the names and grades of all students taking the given course, which is coming as a parameter. So we print it, and I'm having this for loops, three contiguous for loop in it. The first for loop is going through every offering in the offerings one, inside it for every course, then every student. Now is the main if condition. If C course num is in the courses file, if C dot course num equals the course title, and course ID, C dot course ID is equal to the offering course ID, and student ID is equal to the offering and the student ID. So this joining condition is important because we really want to match that offerings course ID matches with the course ID in the for loop. And again, the offering student ID matches with the student ID, and course is same. Then we will print the details. That's why we got that detail. So that is the main logic behind it for each course. And if course is not there, like a 241, it is empty, we can even have a counter at how many rows are printed. We can improve the output as well. Now let's go to the second query. Second query is list the name of all students who are enrolled in spring 20 semester, or maybe any other semester like fall 19, spring 20, or fall 20. So actually this is a bit easier, because since we only need the semester and the student name, we only need two loops. We go to the student table, and that student we check if that person appears in the offering. If it appears, he or she appears, we print the information. I also have a break, so that once we found the student, we don't need to check it remaining. Otherwise, we'll get the duplicate entries. For example, if Alicia has taken, for example, three courses, her name will appear three times. So we only need her name to appear one time. So for every student, we check if that person appears in the offering, we print it and we break this inner loop. So that save us from removing the duplicates. The third query is for given student print the course name, grade, and semester for each course taken. So again, for I go with the students, an offering, and the course, and I have my this if condition. And I'm checking for the student. I'm checking the student's last name. We can check the ID if you want to keep it unique, but usually we want to make it general. We can check both last name, first name, and we can make this query more complex. Right now I'm just checking on the based on the last name. Since last name is not unique, we may get multiple students with the same last name. That's why I started with the students with the same name, last name, they will be together. So I can show you my example, the output over here for this one. If I go for this last name, you can see I got two students with the same last name Keys, Alicia Keys and Alice Keys. So all those, if last name is Keys, first Alicia's entries came, then the Alice entries. Okay, and that's it actually. Nothing fancy about it. I know this code can be improved. I know there are several ways, because these three loops inside they make it slow. We haven't covered hash table yet, but it'd be nice if the items we are looking for we put in the hash table rather than the array. Then it will be faster. Yeah, so definitely, and this code be can be improved. But for this assignment, for right now, this is uh, perfectly acceptable. Okay, thank you.